riding that bike out there? Where'd you get it? Stolen from my house. Bullshit, you fatty. Stolen from my house 2 weeks ago. I'm calling the police right now, brother.
Okay. So normally when we watch videos like this, we feel really good. I'm telling you, it makes you feel really good to watch videos like this when you see the Spirit of God working in people, because that's the only place that this comes from. And so, you know, when you watch this video, but there's so much going on here. There's so much to talk about here beyond the good feelings and the actions of the gentleman. There's a lot going on here. And it says something about our society, and it provides a contrast to show how far we've gone wrong in the way we deal with societal problems. But when you watch this, think about it. Think about what's happening now. This is obviously a rougher neighborhood. Okay, this isn't Paradise Valley or Beverly Hills or Orange County somewhere. This isn't a nice neighborhood. The people here are struggling. People are working hard, okay? And so just imagine you're in there scraping together enough change, probably to buy probably to buy a pack of smokes or something like that. Something to take some of the pain away and the daily drudgery of your day away. So you're in there scraping, and all of a sudden you hear the doorbell go off, and in comes this bald guy. And I don't know if you noticed or not in the video, but he has like a Hare Krishna haircut going on. He's bald, all except for a ponytail that comes off the back of his head there. So this guy busts in and he says, "Hey, you got my bike, I'm calling the cops." And you know, can you imagine being in that situation? It's just like, wait a minute, what's going on? And like I said, this is a rough neighborhood, and people do buy bikes for $10. It's a daily thing. It happens all the time. A drug addict steals a bike, he sells it for a fix. It's that simple. This guy knows it. And when he busts in, but look at the reaction of the guy. He's like, "Hey, I bought it for $10. Right? I bought it for $10.
Dude, I paid $10 for it.
Well, who'd you pay $10 for? I'm calling the police. Let's move out of here so we don't bother the store people. Because I'm calling the police. Pick or choose.
Take the fucking bike, dude. I paid $10.
Yeah, I'm taking it. You gotta watch out for your friends, man, because you're gonna get you in
I
trouble.
literally paid $10 just to get back and forth to work.
I don't... You motherfucker.
Let me say something. Let me say this. In our society today, you have tone police. You have people that don't want any kind of abrasiveness going on in society. Right? And if you had stepped in and tried to stop this, you would have prolonged the situation and probably made it 10 times worse. The cops probably would have gotten called, and everything would have gotten blown up. Cops would have had to go and do a report. They'd be pissed off. Everybody's pissed off, you know? But the thing that's beautiful about this is the way this guy handles it. The way this guy, he is listening. He's paying attention. He's not just on a one-way track toward getting his bike back and gaining some type of retribution from this person. He's listening, and he's adjusting. And he talks like someone who's been there before. Doesn't he?
Take the fucking bike, dude. I paid $10.
Yeah, I'm taking it. You gotta watch out for your friends, man, because you're gonna get you in
I
trouble.
literally paid $10 just to get back and forth to work.
I don't... You motherfucker.
So, did you hear him listen? Did you listen to him listening? It's pretty fantastic. The young man says, "I paid $10 for this bike so I could get back and forth to work." And what is the guy? He doesn't miss a beat. It's reflexive. It's reflexive. And when something's reflexive to somebody, that means it's beyond their initial conscious level of thinking. That means they've spent time thinking about this before it happened. They've been in this situation before and said, "I'm never going to do that to somebody. I know what that feels like." That's empathy at work here. And it's amazing to watch him. He's like, "You mother. And see, this is when I harp on this. God wouldn't be like, "You mother," okay? But this is what I'm talking about when I say the gospel is the disposition of God towards you. That's the disposition of him towards you. It's like as soon as he hears it, it's okay. As soon as he hears it, it's going to be fixed. And that's exactly what this guy does. That's exactly what this guy does. He is one of those people that I believe C.S. Lewis is talking about when C.S. Lewis says, on that last day, when we all stand resurrected before the Lord, there are going to be plenty of surprises. There are going to be people who are surprised themselves that they're in heaven. that they made it. I don't know what belief system this gentleman has, but it certainly in practice looks like Christianity. It looks, smells, and acts like the Spirit of God in my eyes and in my nostrils. And I love every second of it. And I want to see more of it. This is maybe what it looks like. This is what somebody who's been through some suffering looks like. You don't have a haircut like that unless there's been some trauma, right? It works its way out. Not saying that's a bad thing, it's what he likes. But we're shaped by our world. We're shaped by how we think. And this man has been shaped by the Spirit of God because that's where that comes from. I will not attribute that to that SOB, the devil. He lacks love. He lacks empathy. He lacks goodness. He's been a liar and a murderer from the beginning. And this is a stone in his forehead. This right here. He hates us, because it reminds us all of the Lord and his disposition towards us. And the devil hates nothing more than the love of God for us and our love for him. So let's go on here. Let's see how this wraps up.
So I'm willing to take down your number, Bob, so you can get to work. So I don't want to take it right now if you really are using it for work. But
How's that going to get me to work?
I'm not going to take it now, but I want your number so I can get eventually when we can arrange a bike for you. I know, but I'm saying I'll let you, since I know it's for work, I'm willing to let you continue to borrow it. Because I have a bike at home I'm working on. So once I get that one going, then I'll be fine to let you have it.
And I really wanted you to hear that. You hear how he started to arrange the fixing of the problem for the guy? Do you hear how he started to arrange that? He's opening up like a prayer line of communication with the kid. He's like, here, you could pray. You could pray. Let me have your number. I'll get a hold of you. And then he tells him why he feels, and this is the amazing part. I just thought, this is amazing. Think about this. He says, the reason I'm so upset is because I've had 7 bikes stolen from me. I build bikes, he says, and I've had 7 stolen from me. That's why I'm so upset. But get this, he's not so upset about the 7 bikes that he's not willing to lose 1 more, maybe 2 more, right? Because you know what I think is going to happen? This kid's going to go tell his buddy who needs a bike for work, hey, I met a guy. And then he's going to tell this guy about it. And that guy's going to say, you know what, just keep that bike and I got another bike for you. So this guy's had 7 bikes stolen, but those don't count. Those don't count. The only ones that count are the ones that he does good with. Those are the only ones that truly matter to him. Isn't it obvious? So how do you cultivate that? How do you cultivate that? I don't think you can learn that kind of empathy in a book. That comes through sweat, blood, and tears. Yeah? And quite a few holidays, maybe alone. Try that. So, that's fantastic. This is fantastic to watch, right? Now, can you imagine if there was some pesky schoolmarm in there? Or some mamby-pamby Harvey Milquetoast person trying to calm the situation down? What if this would not have happened? We have to, in society, become better at recognizing the way men behave in social situations. Now, granted, these men are both westernized men. They belong to a westernized culture. And what that means is you turn the other cheek as best you can, right? There are Christian principles that underlie Western culture. And whether you believe in Jesus Christ or not, you're living in, at least it's the tone of Christendom. He doesn't lord things over people. So in Christendom, you'd be pretty much extremely as much as you could free. So, it's absolutely amazing, these two. Now, if these were men from a different culture, the thing that might be different is they have different They have different ways of perceiving what's honorable, what's disrespectful, and then they have solutions that are driven by social value. Your value is driven largely by how you retain your honor and command respect. It's very much a power game. Power is respected. Power is respected. Where in the West, the underlying principle is, he who desires to be the greatest amongst you shall be the servant of all. And if you say, no, that's not true. Yeah, that's true. All for one and one for all. Yeah, that's what it's all about. And the United States was all about the government serving the people, the power serving the people. So it's very Western, and it has a very different honor culture from non-Western cultures. So the context of this situation is kind of specific, but this is glorious. And this is why Western culture is superior. It's because this can happen. This can happen. A resolution to a problem, right? Anyway, let's finish this up here, huh?
And I'm fine, dude. I didn't mean to come in yelling at you, but it's pissed me off, having your shit going,
And so there it is. There it is. And what's he do at the end? What does this gentleman do? What does this gentleman do at the end? Huh? He apologizes. He apologizes. This man is someone you emulate. He's a man, who knows what he's doing in the rest of his life. But in this circumstance, I'll tell you what, I'll bet you he's not doing too many crazy things in his life, too many dark things. Because this shows a depth of character, the kind of depth of character this shows wouldn't allow for a whole lot of darkness. This type of empathy, because this type of empathy realizes that darkness goes somewhere and it affects people, and this guy cares about people. And I think I'm going to try to emulate this dude a little bit more. And maybe you should too, while you're going in peace and serving the Lord. Like and subscribe, Nuke Lutheran.